Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. If you're watching on YouTube, catch us live at twitch.tv/TalksMassive. And if you are watching on YouTube and you'd like to see me, leave a like, maybe leave a comment, maybe subscribe. I don't see you if you leave a dislike, and turn live. Either way, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and let's get into this. Alright, let me check the sound. I'm slow. Alright, check, check. Check, check. Wait, is that right? Okay, we good. Oh, I forgot to make sure I didn't need to update. Yeah, I'm fine. Cool. Alright, well... Alright. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. I'm going to start the game. Sorry, I'm just a little tired. Alright, let's just continue where we left off. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess I was... Wait, what? Not sure my inventory was empty. But maybe it was... I can't remember. I don't think I would have gotten rid of it. I need to figure out why I don't have my stuff. Do you think it didn't save after I lost everything? Because it's... I'm gonna go check to see if my stuff is, like, all over on the other one. Oh, wait, no, I think I remember... Never mind. About to go check, I just remembered. I think one of the last things I did was check. I think I still want to make sure. Because I cannot remember for the life of me. And then just... I think what it was... Not this. I just wanted to make sure I didn't leave it over here somehow. No, I did take it all back. Maybe I did. Yeah, I think I just emptied my inventory. Okay. I'll head back. I just wasn't sure 100% because I just can't remember. Because it's been like 2, 3, or 4 days, you know? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. The house is definitely more booked up. Yeah, I'll collect these anyway. Alright, I'm satisfied. I just needed to know this wasn't... I just couldn't remember. Because it's been like a couple days. This again. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to make sure. I'm pretty sure since I upgraded everything, I shouldn't have any points to go spend, so that's fine. Wait, maybe I do. Although, for now, we're not going to worry about that. You know what? We'll actually go. Might as well. It's a quick double check. I like it, though. Yeah. 2,500 is the next one. I just couldn't remember. Okay. Boom. Alright, so I must have my stuff around here somewhere. I just dumped it. Did I do? Yeah, I knew I had done some. Or, you know, I've lost all my stuff. I don't have to make new ones, but that's... I can. Not necessarily that I want to, but I think I might have just made the decision. Yeah. I did. That's what I did. That's what I did. Alright. I just had to remember. Alright. Need more blocks. gathering syllable items. Yeah, you're still stuck. I will one day fix you. Alright. If I can. Don't know how much of this I'm gonna use. But I definitely want to make all these. I think I'm gonna do the corn ones. I'm gonna leave the rest of these in here for now. Yeah. You have the ability to eat. I mean, it thinks it's moving around. I still don't know how it works. Or even how there's, like, their dot on top. Alright, that's like 2 days of food-ish. Alright. Yeah, I should do sand as well. I'm gonna want some sand, right? Some. Alright. Now we're up to being able to buy another one. Honestly, I think I could probably get away with it. I don't know. Selling diamonds? Honestly, if I could remember which mining thing had the rocks, I wish I remembered. Actually, I think it's this, maybe. It could be that one. I think what I would do... Here with that. That has another 16 diamonds. I'll let that collect another 16, but in the meantime, I'll switch back over to rocks. If I could figure it out. I think that's what I would do, because I don't really need diamonds. But it's convenient to have. I need to eat and drink. Well. What was I saying? Purples. And then I'm just gonna take a fully baked vegetable pizza. And I'm gonna take out 2 of these. Hello, who is this? How are you? There. That should do it. We're good for the next 15 minutes and 30 minutes. Hello, hello. Alright, I'm gonna make another mining apparatus, I think. And a fan thing. Oh, I forgot wood. I will need wood as well, so I might as well go grab some. Forestry bot doing what forestry bot does. Cutting down trees for us. Good job, forestry bot. I do wish I could steal saplings. I wish I had an easier time getting saplings. It'd be so nice. But it's fine. Alright. So now that we have the wood, we can go ahead and make everything we would need for that. Also, there, because we can. None of these. Now, I just have to remember where it is. That is it at this point. Nope, 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 we don't want it. We just want to grab the 8 clay out. Just kind of chuck it in here. Alright, if I am remembering more correctly than I was thinking. Last time I'm gonna try this for reals this time. I don't think it was that one, because I think that was... not it. Although I suppose I could find some other place that has rocks instead. One of these islands might. I'm gonna try, though, the little island first, because it's right here. Go try it again. I'm just gonna look around. And see if I can't see anything. Wait, was it this one? This was the one that had the, cave. But I mean, I thought maybe I missed it, because it feels like I should have found something here. Well, you know what, we'll just go ahead and check the icy one. There might be one that I could find there. Other than that, I do just need to go from island to island until I find it, because I do think I'd like to have it at this point. Go alongside the bricks. Um... Oh, I think this is the diamond one. Of course, it's storming. Up, 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 up. Huh. I'll take being out of the stormy weather. Alright. I got that pretty perfect. Nope, that wasn't it. I'm just taking a look around to see if I missed anything, because I might have. I definitely put that down here. I knew that I had. I could take all that back and get iron out of those. And sticks, but I don't really feel like it. But no. It's not like it's a treasure chest that I've missed. Ooh, this probably would be very cold. Frosty. Yeah, there's nothing here. I just need something. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's the island over there. There's the island there. I don't think there was any there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that is the rock one. Maybe I'm so... Oh no, that's the other one. I'm just like ignoring reality for it. You know, I have no problem flying at night. Hello, Tomas. I get it. I do. Luckily our kitties didn't flip out too much here. I was worried that he was gonna. do I... What's that guy? Lights. Toggle light. Whoa! I didn't intend for it to be that. Well, I mean, that's one way. But I swear it's cobalt, so that's what I think I didn't. That's just so far out. I'm not gonna hit it anytime soon. Or not. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was gonna be lights pointing outward. Yeah, I'm sitting here in the middle of the air. Maybe I should just think about this. Cause yeah, I'm pretty sure that's cobalt, which is not what I need. I don't know what island I'm missing that I can't remember. Those rocks. And like I said, I came back to this one and this one because I'm like, it's gotta be one of these. I guess it could be this one. But I don't think so because this is clay. And being from this one and this one, which means it has to be this one. This one was with the others. I will figure it out. By the way, better to land than to not, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is cobalt. To be honest, I kind of wish I had the ability to have it tagged where I already have something going on the map. Like, ooh, I've done this already. Yeah, because you can see... Yeah. So it'll be right there. Yep, there's the cobalt. Yeah, and this should be the clay. Maybe it got removed. Maybe they said, yeah, you don't need that. Be awkward though, because I kind of do need it now. Not really, but it'd be nice to have. Let's go the other way. Let's go to the little island again and just look again. Because I must have missed something, you know? Dang, that cloud looks like a wolf. From this angle, I double edge. Oh, I see. Yeah, we want to go this way. Okay, sink into the clouds. No, I'm pretty sure it's not this one either. Because, yeah, it's got the cave. I don't know. It's still worth it to gather stuff, I guess. Because obviously it wasn't that. I don't think it would be this, because this... I don't know. Maybe I imagined that there was a rock one, that I was like, I'm not gonna need this. But now that I do need one... Yeah, I'll heal. I can't find... I mean... It's now bugging me, because I'm like... Because, like, even if I wasn't... Because it's... Weird. It feels like I'm missing an island that I know I shouldn't be missing. Beautiful. Wow, thanks. It's just weird. Because I was even left. Sure. Hello, watermelon. Wait, no, that's the fancy one. That's the fancy one. 1 second. I thought that was the other one. No. A spin. That was just me spinning around. Sure. I can spin in real life too, but that's the one where I have to go find where my model is. Alright. Okay. This game is a game in which you kind of just build a house. I'm actually pretty much near the end at the end of the game. I haven't really been, but you basically start here, crash landed. This one? No. There's my island. Fun. Yeah, it's a bit like taking Minecraft and kind of having it be. And then you slowly kind of expand out. Because you get to expand your map more and more. You get your airship, and then you are trapped in this bubble here. And then it expands to here. Then it expands to here, is where you can go. Then there, then you can go all the places on the map. It's pretty fun. I'm at the end, so you know I've already kind of done all this stuff. And I mean, to be fair, yeah. I mean, I'm just currently trying to figure out where I swear there was something that I have no idea where it's gone or how I have lost it. Or if I'm wrong and it never existed and I just cannot figure out which one it is. I'm gonna go over here again. Because otherwise the other one that basically had nothing else to go for other than the sheep. If it doesn't have something that I'm missing. Maybe it had the backpack. But I swear that was... But yeah. Overall, it's a pretty chill game. It's meant to be a chill game. And you slowly, mostly start getting the ability to gather, not having to gather things by hand as much, but there's still stuff as it goes along. Oh, crazy. I swear there's something that I just can't find now. And I can't figure out why. I mean, I could. I don't really have anyone to play with. But you can play. It's got co-op. I'm gonna re-climb up there and just make sure again. Yeah, it could be done either way. say the places where it kind of is hindered is where they end up kind of copying Minecraft more. You could tell it definitely was originally inspired. Like, it takes 3 weeks to make a dough to make bread. I think this game is a little weird. But I mean, it does do its own thing. It has its own merits. And so on. Yeah, it feels like I'm just missing half this island. I mean... And I would say, I mean, I've played better, I've played worse, I do like that anything you spend at, like, once you hit endgame, you can get back anything you've spent at any point. So it's not too annoying. I mean, at the beginning you cannot, obviously, but by the end it's like, yeah, at that point you kind of should probably be able to. So I do like that quite a bit. Because it's based around the Solarpunk aesthetic. Although, interestingly enough, I do think it's interesting how much, it kind of shows how much it has a... I saw the bots, yep. Insanity. Almost fell. Yeah, I feel like I'm just blind. Oh, now. And I just can't figure it out. Because I swear there was... I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then that... Because I literally took it as that meant the next one was going to have the... clay. So, like, if that's the rocks, then this must be the clay. But now I just can't figure out where that is. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And it has to be one of these two islands. As much as I thought, the next set of islands, this is the one with the clay. Here. That has to be this one or this one, because this is cobalt. Although, that shouldn't be there anyway. That should be with these. Right? No, wheat came first. Then it was sunflower and carrots. Tomatoes and corn. And then peppers. But now it's bugging me because I'm left with, I swear, I was like, okay, cool. I now know what's gonna be next. it's just bothering me. I can't figure out life of me where it would have gone. Or if they may have just simply removed it because, well, of the update. Because it did update. You know. It feels a little annoying because I've already been playing the game. I feel like that's what this had going for it was the rock one, because this one had the backpack, I'm pretty sure. This one has the cobalt, so this had to have something to it. And yet it doesn't seem to. And that's kind of bugging me now. Because, well, yeah, I could collect enough stone. I, at this point, feel like I'd rather just kind of have a thing doing it for me. Honestly. Alright, let's just head home. I might as well. Alright. Wait, this isn't the right one, is it? I thought it was further. No, it is. Oh. Yeah. I was just like... No. This is definitely not. This is the sand one. I went one too much over. Oops. I think I have a bed here, though, so I could sleep. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can collect materials. We hunt around for rocks. I currently have... I mean, honestly, it didn't really make sense so far, I hope. But I do feel like for building, I do wish I kind of had it. Yeah, so you've got a place to sleep. Although, if I die, I will be a fool. Whose stuff would all be here. But yeah, I feel like I've looked through this one. I mean, I didn't really think there was anything here, to be honest. I knew there wouldn't. I don't know, I just... Because it's got the sand one. Now it is bugging me, because I'm like, I swear, I was like, okay, cool. That tells me what the next group is gonna have, and then I was right. But by not be able to find it, it now makes me go, but what did I see? And I would go, ah, yes, of course, that makes sense. I feel like I'm just missing an island, like, right here. Or so. Which is the weirdest feeling. But yeah, this is cobalt. This is the main island. This is copper. This is silicone. As you can see, this is sand. This is algae. It's a good place to get algae, really. Maybe I should just collect tons of algae. Because it's bugging me. At this point, I almost feel like I need to go back and check and be like check the VODs, I mean. Just be like, okay, so what am I missing? Yeah, I feel like what I'm missing on the map. The thing I'm missing. As you see, 3 islands, and it was like 4 islands, surprisingly. And then 2. And then 4 again. I don't know. I don't know. mean, you could see with this one there was no, if I go through... Oh. I'm not gonna go through too much, but you could see that there's no, things. Because you can tell what they look like by looking at this one. A little bit of, like, something to it. This one's just covering it. This one is not covering it. It is... here? It's in there somewhere. I think this has that. Maybe that's rock? I'm gonna head back to the house and get some food and stuff, and then I'm gonna go around the ice island and just look again at what there is. If there is one that is, like, stone that I miss, I'll do that there, because that would be fine. I mean, obviously, the, this doesn't show as it currently is. Well, this would look way different. Alright. Because I need more food and water and stuff. I know there was nothing else here. I just was double checking. Up close. And then I'm gonna look up closely at each of the islands and just... I guess I'll collect rocks. I mean, overall, they aren't necessary until you want to build with bricks. Because realistically... Alright, let me go eat and drink, and then I'll try again. Maybe. Grab ourselves a pizza. Let's grab ourselves some fruit. You know what? Let's eat some of the watermelon. Might as well. That'll finish filling up our water. And I've been gone 2 days, so I should probably gather up more food for our animals. Why am I walking around with corn seeds still? Which one didn't take? So it's easier to judge. Alright, oh, this one, right? Yeah. Killed. At some point soon, I'll just make more. Oh, you guys have all given me 5 more? I mean, if that's the case, that works out well, because I get another 1,500 points! Woo! I didn't even bother checking until I looked over there. I mean, why would I? Right, guys? Of course, the sheepies were the last ones, but... I mean, all we got left are getting the points, right? And getting the things. The next one is 2,500, so the next one will probably be 3,000. Or 5,000, or maybe 5,000, but either way... As even shown. I have quite a few rocks. I could probably build a house. More. You know, considering the value, I actually think I want to go ahead and come in here. I mean, you can get way more. And in fact, will. We're not going to bother with anything there. I have more than enough silicone. We're very close. But not really, because it's 2,500, and then I would need, like, probably 5,500 altogether, but I don't really want to do that, so we're just gonna kind of be like, yeah. Alright, so... I am ready to go. Because I have all my materials, I think I'll just take them all with me. Or... yeah, because those are almost done. It'll take a while longer. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna take a look at, like, this island. It does look like it has something there, but I think it might be iron instead. But I kind of want to check anyway. I didn't really check before. What if that has the stone now? Or had stone already and I just was like, I don't need that. We don't need that one. We need this one. And so you can scroll in here and see the only place maybe is there, which is where it is. Alright. There is definitely something there. Probably grass. Actually, I don't even have to change the demo, I don't think. Ta-da! We made it. That's a rock. Okay, that's iron. Which is not what I want. I think that's why, I mean, that's why I assumed that, oh, the others will just have reuse as well. Don't know why I would want more iron. But I wonder if the one near the front isn't meant to be iron. If it's meant to be, but that doesn't make sense. Iron has to be the one at the end. I could prove it too. I'm gonna go through too much of it, but yep, that's iron. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. As to its location. Maybe I just missaw something. I was like, oh yeah, that'll be rock. And it wasn't. Or maybe it has been removed and I just... Because I didn't... check? Let's hope. Alright, well, I've done what I can. I swear there should be something. I don't know. No way I'm demolishing. Not a safety net. Well, I went looking. And I found nothing. I'm gonna go sleep. Alright. I'm running around with this. Don't need it. Oh, I suppose I need to find all the treasure stuff as well. But like I said, we don't really need a second iron one because as you can see, there's one on the starting island. But I would say, well, I don't necessarily feel that stone... like I said, I'd rather have the stone become less, like, findable and then have the stone mine rather than have the stone mine having been removed. As that's annoying. Instead. Because collecting the rocks is not the fun. I have to assume I've just missed it somehow. Magically. I walked over it. And I just don't know it. Or that I was wrong. But or did I not? Alright. I mean, I have plenty of all that stuff. So I don't know. I've looked through, I've checked. Let me eat this. That'll be fine for a bit. Yep. I'm gonna keep one of these pies. Carry another 2 of these around. Also, since I'm here anyway, I'm just gonna make all the dough. One thing I didn't want to chuck up there. There you go. I'm going to cook 15 pizzas while I am gone. Delicious. But 30 days of food basically being cooked up. Yeah. But like I said, I just wish I had some indicator on the map that I have something there. I guess maybe I have something I can make. I think maybe. I'm gonna go out and go to the other for now, but I might see if there's something I can make that makes like a turn. That way I stop trying to go to those islands. Check. When I go checking things again and again and again. Yeah. Too tilted to dock my foot. Alright, I mean, I have glass now, so I can do the windows. Up we go. There we go. I can't remember her. Oh, it should be enough. At least get the bottom floor done, and maybe part of the top floor too. There, so that's the bottom floor. Actually, I think I'm gonna start with finishing that floor. Alright. And they have the ability to walk on all of those, except for not there. I apparently have not finished that. So the windows are not going to be able to be done yet. I need to make more glass. I thought it felt like there were things I should have had more glass for, but I couldn't remember. But in the meantime, I can get the normal walls in. Ah. Alright, so... roof. I'm nearly out. Alright. But this will give me a good idea of how this will look. Yeah. And obviously I'll have the other pieces in as well and all that, but it's starting to get there. It's starting to get there. I'm gonna need more stone. See, this is why I need the ability to just kind of mine it. Frankly, I know, like, for the achievement I probably should, but it's part of why I'm not as... It's like if the thingy that allowed me to, locate treasure things also... Oh, there's no yellow, no thank you. But it also allowed me to look for, like, deposits and things. I think I'd be much more interested in that. Alright, I'm gonna collect all that because I do want that. I think I have signs and posts and things. I'm gonna look at that and see if I do. Because if I do, I can make those, like, when I'm on the map to see. No, I don't need to go there. I've checked, and there's nothing there. If it doesn't show on the map, that's a different issue. What the? I didn't even land. Stop it. I'm really not sure why it's deciding that, oh, I am, like, landing here. Because otherwise, if I was, like, trying to do that any other time, I'd be like, oh, it's too tilted. It's too tilted. Alright, the pizza should be cooked. Are they still cooking? Wow. They're slow. You know what? I know I'm gonna need these anyway. I actually do probably need all of this. Bring up that though. Alright, so where are the food stuff gone? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I don't remember if I have anything in here. I think that signs and things were in this that I haven't unlocked. Signs and map markers. Alright, so I have the ability to make a map marker. I need cloth and iron. And wood. But if it marks my map, that's all I need to do. Realistically. I mean, I have plenty of iron. I've got a little bit of cloth to kind of do this. Alright. So I've started with 4. So I suppose, like, for example, if I was to put one here. On the mark. Okay, cool. So that will help a lot to start marking some of these places. Be like, this is what this is. Gonna run back and forth hunting for rocks. Stick. No, we aren't. A smaller island would be better for doing this. And yeah, and then the thingy that I can now make, the loot chest detector. Look at the circuit boards. So probably I could use it because if I was to use it to the nearest, it might be worth just to clear them all out. Guy is fixed. It's still stuck there. It thinks it's in its shelter. I don't understand why it remains stuck. And fine. At first I thought it was a visual glitch, right? Like, oh, once you exit and go back in, it's just fine. But it's not. trying to think, where do I want to... Yeah. Collection. It's a shame that this doesn't... Alright. Just finished filling in my water, because I mean, I'm not doing the juice anymore. Fancy as it looks, the fruit plates are better. Although in all honesty, what I probably would want to do instead, although I'm not really able, but... I mean, I guess I am technically, but... Even then, I need... Get the harvest melody, but even then, it's still again 15 minutes, and it's like... Or I can just do the fruit plate. Which feels more worth it to do. Also, why does it show mushrooms when there's no mushrooms in the game? You know, why don't they have mushrooms? Like, if they're trying not to do, like, meat, right? Because I don't know. At the very least, I do feel like, other than truffles, mind you, but that doesn't really kind of fit that kind of mushroom. In the first place, it does open the question, why not have mushrooms? I don't really think it, because I didn't look at that. I just looked at that, but it's like, yeah, why? It can allow for more variety of food items as well, beyond cake. Vegetable stir fry. No moles, yeah. And... Oh. Whatever the other, the others. Because in reality, you get tired of all of that stuff pretty quickly. I feel like having a few more options, like, and potentially adding mushrooms could be interesting. You could do things like you could make a mushroom burger. The recipe would require a mushroom, or piece of bread specifically, not the dough. And the red bell peppers is a really good, makes a really good sandwich. Kind of go along that route. And then it'd just be a mushroom sandwich. To have mushrooms be one of the final things you get, but that would then allow for multiple, like, I guess, larger tier out, like, foods. But, no. I know you're joking, Tomas, but it's like, I'm more being, like, just saying, like, as something that would kind of make sense. And I mean, I don't think it doesn't make sense to not, because obviously your animals are providing other things like milk and eggs and apparently truffles. And it feels a little weird, but you know, whatever. So therefore, you would be more likely to, you would not want them because you want them to continue producing instead. So that's not like, that makes sense. Well, I do agree. It's just interesting kind of thing. But I'm just saying, logistically, we got a couple options, right? With the and also the pizza doesn't even use like cheese. So that's where I'm kind of going. It's not so much the. It's just more. It's like the more I think about it, kind of thing. The more I'm left with, but why? Not. Yeah, we'll do all these. But now all the tomatoes go. Crazy, but that worked. I'm just gonna keep those up here for now. I don't need them in my inventory. Now I don't have to think about you guys. For a while. But that's kind of more where I'm just kind of left with it. It's like, if we have where all these other things, why not? As I said, if not for the fact that I'm just like actually looking at the image that they chose, I don't know if I would be so like but why? It should, they picked it. Like, I didn't pick the image they chose to use. should have enough points to get 2 items, probably. I don't know. It just bugs me. I know it really shouldn't, but it does. No. It's just odd. Because, like, there's other choices to make. The concept of making that choice feels weird. Like, of all the things to choose and how, why that way? Because they didn't have to have it show mushrooms. That's the thing that I am kind of, like, bothered by. I don't have to do that. They went out of their way to choose that. And if the dish had truffles, again, it doesn't really make sense, but at least it's like, it's a form of mushroom. Really insane. What? Technically plausible. Yep, 3,000 and then 5,000 for the final one. So I was right. Alright. I don't know. Yeah, I know you have no more trays. I still feel like this should have something to it. Because, like, why allow me to go back there? For effectively no reason. Alright, I'm actually going to start by going over here. I'm using a map marker to mark no, or rather, cave. No stone. Because otherwise, I'm going to keep coming back going, have I truly checked it? And I mean, I obviously have, but... I'm gonna also just quickly check to make sure there's nothing below. Oh, there isn't even a way to go below. Yeah. So one last chance looking through. Maybe I missed... But I'm pretty sure this is just normal stone. This isn't like... Yeah. Mind you could build a cave base. Could be kind of cool, but... Not really anything there. Coming up here, nothing here. Coming up here, nothing here. Being glad I'm on the ground, I guess. Not that ground. Maybe not happy at all, but... I can kind of just hang out under here. I'm actually gonna clear up this stone here as well. I need stone anyway. And that way I won't come over and be like, is there something here? Beyond just having the marker, because I might be like, maybe it is here and I just didn't. But I'm going to mark right here. Cave. No stone. Cave, no stone. Done. That way I know what's there. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in here while I wait for the, Actually, I do think I'm gonna clear this cave out. Like, I could build a house in here. It wouldn't be a very big one. But I could live in it at some point. Yeah, you just take a couple of these and just kind of go. Oh, this isn't counted as terrain. Well, that's a shame. Weird. That's very strange. Feels like it should be, because, you know, then you'd have a little house. Suppose the question then becomes, must snap to other building. There is a spot. Interesting, so there's a tiny spot, like you could totally do this, and then you just make a road here. Oh. It's very strange, it feels like I should be able to do something here, but I can't. Very strange. Yeah, I'll just clear all the ore. Don't really need it, but there's a chance of getting stone from it. Beyond that, I kind of... I don't know. I almost wish, with how low this is in comparison to the rest of the map, right? That this would have a way down into like a mining section. That would actually be kind of fun. I know that's like the that they decided not to do, part of what they made the game about digging a hole using the mechanics. In theory would work that way. But I almost wish that like they had done something with that. Not a lot of something, mind you. But just it feels like you should be able to, but only on this island, really. Because this island is so low in comparison to all the others. And having the cave downward, which I think that's part of why I can't put anything down, is because this is too low down here, like the bottom of the map. I had to guess. Because I bet you I could put something like here. Yeah, once you get to this point. But you can see it's already at a slant here. So that's what I would guess. Alright. I just need to mark these islands so I don't do anything back to them. Hoping. The question becomes, do I go... You know, I'm gonna go over to this one, because I'm gonna mark it down as clay. Because I know that's what that is. And that there's nothing other than clay, and then I'm gonna just head on over, because I've already got quite a bit of... I got the stone. Weird feeling. I actually think I'm gonna park down here. And then I can gather everything back up as I come back down. Oh, I definitely didn't do that right. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Like, why is it not landing? Like, it should be right. I managed to walk into the one spot that that's not gonna work. Ba -ba -ba. I need to drink or eat. I'll eat the other one when the 5 minutes of the other runs out because I got distracted. Hmm. Alright. I know there's nothing up top, mind you, so I just need to double check with clay here. No, I already know that. Yes, because we have this here, and it's, like I said, it feels like it should mark this mining contraption here. You see where I'm standing, too. I mean, maybe the orange dot does mark that. Is it raining again? I kind of think it'd be funny if I could just stick one of these, like, on... Yeah, it's gotta be on a flat ore vein, but I need a flat ore vein. Like, I have an okay amount of stone. That does leave me wondering if I did not have it there, would that have disappeared? Would have been annoying if it was the case, because I need... Ow. It makes it easier to just kind of look around. How did that? I somehow lived! Maybe it's because I smacked into it and lost all my momentum. Yeah, because I left this one. I think because of the sheep was on top. And I ended up just kind of doing something else, but... I did that. I did that. Alright. Anyway, I already knew I needed to mark. I'll go specifically over to where it is, so I can just do that. We end up going, is it this island or is it that island? No questions. Play. No. Alright, so... There. There we go. Alright. As I said, I just wanted to mark that because I knew That way I know for the future. I'm not going and checking going, what's here? Also, it's very strange that the only actual things for the Frozen to duplicate on. Hi! I see. How are you this evening? I hope you're doing well. Like the first time chat. Good? I'm not sure I can pronounce that. Yeah, and hello, NetNerd. Also, thank you for the first time chat. I see. Well, hello to all three of you. How are you guys? Also, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I'm fine. I am mostly fine. It's how it is. Tired. But mostly fine. Alright, this should be the side this would... Oh wait, no, it's this side. Yes, I'm glad to hear you're doing great. That is good to hear. Alright, ba 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 ba. Let me put in... Oh, actually, you know what? Before I do windows, I want to finish these, because this is, in fact, otherwise gonna bug me. Maybe not completely finish. Oh, completely finished. Cool. And now... it is fun to try to do. I would say it's a shorter game overall. Right. Because the way it works is you start on this island, you have no way of leaving the island, and you first start by getting, like, your airship. There's no real story to it, but you basically slowly unlock more and more of the map as it goes along. So that's pretty... It's fun in that way. So I would say it depends on the kind of game you're looking for. If you're looking for a chill game to kind of just, like, play, I would say it's worth it for that. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit more... And you do have where you unlock the ability to have, like, more things automated for you and stuff as well. But that's fun. But I would say, like, if you're not looking for that kind of game, I would not necessarily recommend it, just because it's very much, it is a chillin', building, exploring game. Yeah. I would agree. It's a bit like taking, like, I'd say, like, combining, like, Raft and Minecraft. Honestly. Yep. And it's a lot more forgiving as well. Early on. Yeah, I think I actually want to put here. I'm gonna remove that one. Oh, the ship is... I can go through, that's fine. Because I was just building house. Number 2. Let me finish doing what I'm doing, because otherwise I'm not going to remember that. There we go. Alright, so... My ship is down below. I mean, you don't really get the ship like that. That's why I'm saying it's a lot less, because you have to earn your ship, basically, and then you fly. Just get islands. The main island kind of works like that. That's why I was saying it's more like kind of taking the concepts of Raft and combining them with Minecraft. It works. It's fun. Yeah, do that. Okay. But, like, the main house is over here. But as you can see, you gain a variety of islands. Yeah, kitty cat's asleep. Luna howls sleepy. Kidding. Cause you know, he had a rough night last night too. I'm not sure exactly, but it kind of would be, yeah. I will say it very much. I've said this a couple times. I don't think it's on purpose, and I think it's fine. I think it's just funny gameplay wise. But with the way the weather works in this, it's like you're like you finally have solar panels. The solar panels do nothing when it's raining, so you're up a creek. All right. Don't want to go too fast because otherwise I'll die. All right. My cat, the floopy one. He's a sleepy kitty. But like these are like game stuff that you get. I need a drink. I mean, it's in a lot of ways the exact same house, except I'm actually building it out of brick on the other one. But as it's like you effectively over time get like recipes and stuff, and you earn better energy things, and especially once it kind of goes along. Obviously, I like realizing once you've earned glass, you can basically set up greenhouses with the sprinklers. I wish there was a way to automate this, because I would in a heartbeat, because it's kind of annoying. But remember to go complete those. But like over time, it's like to gather stuff that's you're mining. Yeah, it is fun. It definitely is. It's good for like just kind of chilling and sitting back. Because I mean, you actually do unlock stuff over time and eventually get more and more things, which is nice. But it's not like set to a story or anything as well, so you don't have to like sit through any cutscenes or anything. Literally, it's like you fly in yourself and you're making your own fly, like just entering cut. The only thing that's even slightly is it actually like just catching you, but you can still move around during and stuff, which I think is the coolest part of the game, honestly. But, well, the ship itself does not change in look, but you can change its color as you get more. Like, there's stuff you can get to start, like changing the paint job and stuff. I have got all the colors at this point. And then it honestly isn't too difficult to do. Just like orange. Once you've got the mailbox, which I think unlocks on the second unlock. I have to look at the materials, but basically because then you can get vending machine tickets, which are then used for customization options. But because they're not necessary, it's not something you have to kind of go towards. But it technically is technically it is effectively upgraded because, as I said, thank you for the follow, nert, nert, and is it supposed to be Glacier, by the way? But thank you. But it basically there's like a wind, and I'm still not sure to get. Thank you. But yeah, there's like a wind wall, and it says upgrading your ship, but in reality, it's just making the wind wall effectively go farther and farther back, which kind of implies you're basically expanding your atmosphere, which is kind of cool. It's fun. It's chill. It's nice that early on you get, and there is a little tutorial at the beginning, but it's not that long. Which I would argue is a little, like, it just enough to be like, how to get your pickaxe, your axe. And the demo had a longer one. Well, I don't know if the current demo version does. And you're just dropped off a cliff. You better read that book. But I kind of like that, because it's very chill. Well, not chill, but it does not make me do anything. Okay, we got... Yeah. Yeah, it's 5. Alright. I am emptying... And my glitchy sheep. I will probably fix it at some point. I have all the materials to do it. I do. Yeah. And then I'll grab... Since I'm for the final one, it's 5,000. That's gonna be 10 of these, right? Well, give me a second. There we go. Alright. Bean. There you go. And, okay. Spinning IRL? Sure. Let me do this in order. Rink. And... 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. There we go. Alright. Let me go make the... food baskets. Honestly, this is what makes it so easy. Also, I need to eat this. To end up in the backpack. Yes, it is. 1,500 more points. I only need 3,000. Which means I only need to do the food baskets more times, actually. And that's not counting whenever I sell leaves and things, too, so it's not that bad. And then we will have the trophy. Technically, I could probably get it down to 1 more time. Gather enough useless items that I have sitting around, sell them. Boom. So they're just 1 point each. Yeah, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna give the animals more food, too. Alrighty. I hope you guys have a good evening. Hello. Alright, and then I'm gonna grab corn. Oh. I'm gonna hate myself in a second. But it has to be done. How do I do this? There we go. Boom. I think it's fine. For that to some things. And that is good. Alright, so they're going to make food for animals again. Boom. Carrots first. 1, 2, 3. Let's do tomatoes. I could do that. And did I run out of... No. I'll do. Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna split this in half, and then split that in half. Split. Split. Alright. See, I'll finish feeding the animals, and then I'm gonna go back to building house, I think. There, that way they'll have food. I'll continue having enough food. I mean, they don't really need more food, but, you know. Better to feed them, right? Without thinking about it, I don't think there was actually corn in the food thing, was there? I decided to do this. No, it's just carrots, tomatoes, and raspberries, and peppers. Yeah. Whatever. Yep. I think I still have some... I do. I'll stick half of that in there. You know what? I'll just give it to the sheep because they have the smallest amount, and then that should be more matchy-matchy. Boom. Oh, I mean, basically what I've done for them is just... Alright, do I have... You know, I have the ability to just cook up a whole bunch more bricks while I'm here as well. I kind of think I'm going to, because I'm going to need quite a few bricks for... Oh, apparently I picked up a bunch of iron. I have more than enough glass, so we're good on that. I suppose I could make a couple of plants that would go outside, or I could just finish building the roof. I think the roof on the inside is going to be wood on the top, so that's fine to have that. How much iron? I'm just going to go ahead. I can collect up everything I need to make some of this stuff to take, like, things I want to take over. I want to take over a wireless power thing. Maybe 2. It's a little expensive. And then I'm gonna want lights. I should probably just cook up copper. I'm definitely running low on copper. I have enough to make 2 power things, but not much more. So... Alright. Do I want to use anything else? I could just use... like 15.6, just kind of start there. Or, I guess 7. I already had 7. 15 sticks. More than enough. So I think it's like 2 to every, like, rather, 2 sticks cooks 3. So for 12, I would need 8. Actually, I should do this. That's better. Yeah. Let's go hang around here a little bit, get more bricks, because I'm gonna probably just try to make sure I have enough that I'm not going to come back. Hopefully I have enough rocks and wood, and I kind of just, yeah, I want to wait and see if I can get some of that copper going enough, so that's going. Oh, I should probably check how much cobalt I have. So we're up to 2,168. I'm gonna try and get, I think, up to 2,500. Potentially. Once I've done that, I'll have everything there. I really and truly am basically almost through all the different things. I think. Yep, you've returned and you've brought even more copper. I could truck one of these in here. Bricks. But I mean, yeah. I don't know. Just waiting. I need to go to sleep. Alright. The iron is done. Bricks are mostly done. Alright. So we can start. As I said, I should probably check, actually, I should probably do first and foremost. Let's have some vegetable pizza. Actually, gonna make more of these. Why did I not pick that up? There. Alright. As I said, I think I want to make 2 of these. I need silicone. Okay. Oh yeah, we're good. We're gonna make 2 of those. I need more iron. I think I start with like 4. I have more rocks in there. What am I? Yeah. Alright, so we've got some of that. The house that is the house. Let that cook. Finish grabbing this stuff. Make sure I have enough rocks. Take everything with me. Just gonna wait for the last 3, and then we're gonna head out and we're gonna go build. And I think we'll have enough to just do everything. And then from there, I'm gonna probably want to, I think I'm gonna probably want to maybe do a few things. Maybe we would have, like, I don't really want to put fruit, like gardens and things in that way, but I almost feel like I should. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not there yet. off we go. Enjoy your food, guys. Boom. Yeah. Alrighty, we're here. Let's finish building. I almost feel like I should put, like, stairs. With how steep this is, but at the same time, it's just kind of lovely to be able to run all the way up to the top. You got, like, all this. You come back and around here. Into the house. I haven't decided. I think that's. I like that. And then, I don't know. I don't think I want to, but it could also be interesting to just go even higher on this. Let me just see. I think it's gonna need a front peak. Let's just kind of... add a little bit more of that. That just feels too tall. Go any higher than that? The only thing I'm not sure about is potentially bringing these into being right here. I might want that to instead be... Let me see how that is. Nah, that's too silly. I just wanted to know what it would look like. Alright, so... like, I would say... I wish there was a... like if I could take this here. But it doesn't really work like that. I think just having it be same kind of roof. I just wish I could put shingles on that. But you can't see this from the top. Well, it's like that. See, we have that like that, but I don't know if I really need. What I might do here. Oh, then I do want to put like a ceiling. Yeah. And if I had the ability to do ladders, I would. Alright. But, like, what I could do is here. Maybe? I don't know. Well, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact this does not work here, I would put it here. Be kind of like, yeah. But it's too... yeah. Yeah. Wrong one. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't work either. Yeah. Should I think how I would do this? Hello, Knight. How are you? I'll do it in a second. Yeah, that works. I'm not gonna have much in this corner anyway. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I don't know. Maybe not. No, I know how I want to do this. I want this to go here. I do wish there was a way to make a ladder, but there's not, so... Alright, so then you just have that there. And then you have an area up here. That's a little low for that. Would it be better to move them up? Maybe. I mean, I have enough either way. This is just... Alright, let me do those two touches, and then let's, you know... Alrighty. Well, let's see if instead what I did was... moving those... normal. Windowed. No, this is just the frozen island. It doesn't really look very good, does it? It looks too high up on that. I don't like that. I'm gonna switch it back. It basically kind of, I would say the way to understand it is... and, I mean, this actually does make some sense. We're at the back of what would be... we're like at the farthest edges of the atmosphere that holds anything worth, like, us living, right? It is a type of tree. That's how they handled it, is that the type of tree here is, different types. No. So for the full wind bubble, whatever, right? For the map, we are on the outside edges. These are the farthest out islands. So if you assume the most stable islands would be in the middle, you know, for like just being kept warmer and all that. I mean, we are higher as well, a little bit. Like, I would not be able to actually fly my ship to this point where I'm standing right now. If I was to go onto it. It doesn't really show here because I'm not in the ship. The way I would look at it, that I feel like it makes some sense, is that this is the least livable area. That's part of why I built the house the way I did. The idea would be that this is, being made livable. I move my snap to another building. How does it have to connect to that? I think these did. Yep. See, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards ideal-wise, that it at least kind of makes sense. shame. I was hoping that actually would work. Well, here's the thing, right? The very center of the map is this guy. I would assume that the shop most likely also doubles as basically the potentially what is forming whatever, or effectively the focal point, right? So in reality, like, if that guy were to leave, the whole thing might adjust as well, depending. Considering you get your upgrades, quote unquote, from that guy. I don't know. It makes the most sense, at least, I think. In other words, he just kind of... The little robot potentially has something going on. I need to think of some way to just kind of... I really wanted to have... But you know what? Whatever. I don't have the things I need. Or maybe I do. I have one. I need more. I'm gonna have to go get more. Possibly. Like I said, I think to me in a lot of ways, I would just assume that it's just basically, there's something to it. Robot's in the smartest spot, if nothing else, but yeah, it's the center of the map. Potentially, it could be. I would say the one that's closest to the ground and therefore the most likely would be this cave one. I would not be surprised if the idea would be that it's not actually a cave. But obviously you can't go any lower because you can't do anything with that. But it quite literally, you cannot go below the island. They kind of do, don't they? Honey. With a mole. A PD mark. Or 2 nostrils. Alright. So I'm thinking I want to do... kind of like the idea of taking, like, this. And then putting a door here. Frame, basically. Yeah, because that doesn't... Yes. I mean, I don't know. I was just trying to kind of look at how it looked. But I have to ask, what would I do instead? I'm just thinking through what my options are. I like that door. Although it does feel a little smaller. Maybe I make it a little bigger. Hmm. And then we come over to this side and we do it here. Yep. So we could assume at the very least it would make some sense. Like how... There. That they do. So what I'm thinking of doing here is a second room here. Oh, can I not? Oh, I'm out of wood. I'm like, wait. Yeah, I'll get more wood and I'll do that. And then what I want to do, I don't have it yet, but I want to make this the bathroom, basically. So you have a bedroom. You have a second story bathroom. I do think downstairs you can have, though, the brick. I would say. Especially if I put in this here like that. Makes that feel a little bit nicer. So that allows for splitting. Yeah, they're for decoration, but I kind of like the idea of having that. Maybe I could just do this, but... And then just do these again. And then I could put a kitchen in here. I can have a living area over here. Dining can be there. Does it go there? Does it, because these are here? Eh. Whatever. That makes it feel a little bit nicer, I think. And then, like I said, then you have the upstairs up here. You have, well, we'll have 2 rooms. We'll have a bedroom and a bathroom. And then you can go up here, and maybe like a little area out here can be done as a study. That way... I don't know. It would look nice, I guess? You have something there. And then obviously you can go up these. Have something up here. I almost want to make some of this into also windows. So that it just kind of matches. And I don't think it would look too bad. I can double check, but yeah. That way, you have the light kind of coming in both sides. I know it's a very symmetrical house on the outside, but I think that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it as is. It's very simple. Oh, I need to eat and drink. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go home and go get more stuff, but I think at least for now, that's gonna kind of work. I need to get more blocks to finish up more, but then I can start kind of making some of the furniture and stuff. I'll bring things over. I'm also gonna get more stuff to kind of just get more power. kind of connecting in. I might even grab a few more of these. I think I probably will. And then you can have the other windmills as well. But I think it would be nice. And that is kind of the goal, right? Sorry. Because I wanted to see how long I've been streaming. I can't see that without adjusting that. Because I just realized I'm not going to be able to see. But I think it would be nice to... Yeah, I could see that now. I just realized that the thing was being covered and I hadn't fixed it, that's all. Normally I do. Anyway, it's very simple. I mean, it's not the fastest. And technically, again, if I had a ladder, I would absolutely do this, right? I don't. But if I had the ability to make ladders, I would then probably add a ladder up on this floor up here. Up top to the roof. I should probably fix that. Because the roof... Let me decide what's what. Well, I would want to... I forgot that the engine side. I'm not saying, like, okay, so that's... I need to be facing this way. If you kind of look here... Yeah, I really don't have the ability to do that. It just looks like, because there's no other way to do the roof, it just looks like this on top. I should probably... Which doesn't really match the rest of the roof, now does it? Alright, I need to get more wooden stuff. Apparently it's snowing outside. Plus raining. Don't know if it's storming, technically. But, yeah. And obviously on the inside you don't, like, get rained on or anything. It's just a lovely day. I mean, what do you mean reset? You mean start over? I could do that at some point, but... I don't have too much reason to yet. Alright, I'm gonna leave this stuff over here for the most part, because I'm gonna want to get wooden stuff. I need to look at what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need cloth, bonsai tree, box statue. And I want to bring leaves. Oh, I haven't got that issue as much because I, what put this? Alright, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna chuck this over here. I don't think any of these use rocks, right? Yeah, just bricks and leaves. Actually, wait, I have decorative rocks, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, we could keep those for that. But I haven't had that issue because I'm just not sleeping as often anymore. Oh, yeah, you can see how that works. Gotta set these down. This goes... I'm gonna put one here. The question becomes... You would see... I've wondered if I put one up top. Don't know if it's a circle or if it's a, We'll see. Huh? Well... Kinda. It's more because it's like I'm at the point where I'm not having all of my watering everything relying on that anymore. Because I've chucked literally all of the solar panels at this point. If I hadn't, yeah, I'd probably still, but I don't have any solar panels left, so it doesn't matter if I'm awake at night or day. I'll just grab these. So I need food. So that's kind of part of it. If I'm being honest. Okay, see, it's raining over here. But that was my biggest reason why I was still sleeping, even though realistically I didn't really need to in this game because there's no monsters or anything. But I didn't really want to do it by hand, so I was just sleeping. But like once I had all the windmills, I don't need to do that anymore. And quite literally at this point, the materials have gone into making windmills out the wazoo. I mean, I do because it gets kind of dark, and I know you guys can't really see typically for that kind of stuff. That's a very specific thing. Alright, I mean, it's not like, where before I would be like, I should sleep because if I don't sleep... We're kind of just like up a creek, but now it's just kind of like, yeah, I could sleep. Or I could not. I think that's really where I end up going. If I had anything still on solar, that would be different. I definitely would be probably still going, yep, I just need to sleep. But I don't. And I have no point in doing so either. So realistically speaking, I just am not. yeah, these should have more. Yep. So how's your guys' food doing? Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, that's really where I'm at this point. It'd be one thing, like, if I was like, ooh, I'm just so... I don't know. I'd rather use the solar panels and have a ton of batteries or whatever. By the time, like... I got to that point, I just didn't need that. Yeah. In all honesty, it definitely wants me to be like, oh, I think so, to some extent, but problem is, once I've made it to this point, I have no point in doing so. Also, it occurred to me, I hope one of the things that they add in the future, because I think I did see some people recommending this, is mushrooms. I have a very specific reason why I think they should add mushrooms. If you look at the Harvest Melody, it has mushrooms on it. But no mushrooms go into it. Everything else is something you already have, but where do the mushrooms come from? Sure, you have truffles, but you wouldn't eat those like mushrooms. Like, to eat, like, as a mushroom. Right? Oh, that's cool. With the reflection. But... well, because one of the biggest... It's not just, like, about the price for why you wouldn't want a whole bunch of truffles on your stuff. It is a mushroom, but it is a very potent kind of mushroom as well. You really don't need a whole lot. That's whole slices, and also the type of mushroom is wrong. That would either be potentially portobello or... sometimes, but it doesn't look like that. Plus, mushrooms don't go into this, or truffles don't go into this dish at all anyway. Right? It's not the right kind of mushroom. Yeah, but look, this is clearly thick slices of probably portobellos. Maybe like a, like a button mushroom. Probably not, because it's not like that looks like baby portobello. See? That made me think, you know, why don't they have mushrooms? Because then they could do things like mushroom burgers as well. Because I can see the logic in this game of not wanting to I mean that's fine. I feel like if it was in that would be one thing, and like also like I said, if they were to add more mushroom recipes. It's not really used in that way. And the one dish it is in, the two dishes it's in, and we clearly you can see is being, like you said, those thin slices. They're not the same kind of mushroom. But like mushrooms are a good protein source if you're having to basically, especially if you're living where your animals are kind of more necessary for things like milk and eggs than they are for meat. Yeah. And here's the thing, like there's I don't think it still exists, but there was this restaurant that our family used to go to, right? And they had a mushroom burger, a portobello mushroom burger. And basically what it had was mushrooms and bell pepper. It had peppers, right? They were actually like fermented pepper, but point being, red bell peppers, and it was basically in a bun. And if you like, but that was the basic idea. Years ago, I don't even know if they still exist. Or even have that. Or even if they did have it, it probably wouldn't be the same way, but it was very good. Because it did its own thing. It didn't feel like a... But that's the kind of thing I think would potentially fit to take, like, mushrooms and take the peppers, and you take the bun. You just have, like, a mushroom sandwich that would require mushrooms. Like I said, it's just to me, like, I'm left with... It looks like they originally intended to have where, much like on the islands before, you found two crops. One would be peppers. Well, basically two islands before. If it was mushrooms and peppers, that would have made more sense, and then you could have had more variation. Because then instead of adding truffles to a vegetable pizza, you could have them be normal mushrooms. Realistically speaking. And it's just something that would taste good. And does taste good. We had them on and off for years. Because we made them ourselves after a certain point. So they were roasted red peppers. And I think... I don't remember. Well, it was just because it actually tasted really good. And was easy to make. Right? It's a basic idea, but it's a nice one. As I said, overall, I think that it's, fitting. We have 3 eggs, well, 3 milk. I know you don't know. I'm just saying as a general rule, like you said, it's very, quote-unquote, Solarpunk-y. Well, that's fine. Don't either. Notice. I was just saying, it's something that, especially if you're going with, like I said, more than going just, oh, Solarpunk ideal kind of thing that are done to meat, or whatever. Instead, I mean, we have our animals that are, but the animals are doing other things and giving us other things, right? They are giving us milk and eggs and, for some reason, truffles. But they have other uses. Yeah. Because the idea is you don't want to kill your chicken giving you eggs because you're going to have far more nutrition overall from the eggs than you're going to have from eating the chicken once. So logistically, it makes sense, no matter for, like, whatever reason they're going for. But just as an in general rule. Right? You don't want to have... Because they're already providing something else. So logically, though, you still probably would want something at least more filling. Yeah, you have bread, but maybe something a little less, um, maybe something that actually adds something to it. And that's kind of where I end up going. Then you need a protein that kind of matches up with that. It needs to be a protein that you would most likely be able to simply, dice up and use. That's kind of where I end up going with. That's where I think it would make sense. As everything else, if you look at it, other than, yes, you can bake cakes apparently, but overall, you, realistically speaking, are effectively still very basic. Yep. Most of these things are, in fact, the cake in reality is taking some bread dough, you add an extra egg and some milk and some honey and raspberries. It would be far more akin to a bready item than what you would think of when you think of cake. Especially considering the raspberries are on top there, you can see, with the honey. So a little bit of the honey would go into the actual cake, but overall it would most likely be more of a bread with a sweet topping on it. Yeah. Yep, that would work. And that's like, I'd say, out of all of these things, the most complicated thing. Your vegetable taco, apparently somehow you've made a taco shell. But in reality, what you've done is you've basically kneaded the dough again, right? Managed to flatten it enough, cooked it, and then you put some toppings on it that you've just rough chopped. When you look through these are all very simple, very basic. You rough chopped basically your veg, a little bit of water, and voila, you cooked it, and there you go. Honey bread. You do literally make some bread, right? Because you can cook bread. And put some honey on it. These are all very basic dishes. Even the raspberry muffin, again, it's just the bread dough, adding a raspberry, and a little bit more egg to it. Make it a little bit fluffier. But not enough to, like, actually have changed the texture, enough to make it feel more like a muffin. If you've had, you know what I mean. And I mean, even looking at it, it looks far more like it's just basically a piece of bread with some raspberries on top. And I think that's very understandable as a choice in general. Even your pizza, again, it's just your simple bread dough, sticking a couple of veg on top, basically just smushed a tomato. You don't even have cheese. I'm not bringing it in, they've done that. I'm saying all of them are very basic food types. Which, in all honesty, they are. You don't even have cheese. When the milk is used, it's used as milk. So all I'm saying is they're all IRL, very basic things. And things that overall you can make. So long as you have basically yeah. So I was saying, interestingly enough, they all do have some realism to them. In the fact that they're all quite literally super basic foods that, really don't take much thought in doing. The watermelon juice is just literally taking some water and some watermelons, combining it. And it's like it's not like it's a smoothie even or anything like that texture. It's just literally chunks of watermelon squished enough to basically, like, most likely basically mortar and pestled down a little bit, if you will, and mixed with water. That's more where I'm going. I'm not like saying I'm bringing like And that's what I was saying, if you want to have something else that would be that basic, mushrooms do actually make sense. Less about realism and more about with what they have done so far. Realistically, if I was actually talking about realism, I would say this should work as a grill slash oven rather than being another kitchen of the exact same type. But I'm not, because it is a video game and I get that. So I'm not like just going, ooh. My comparison stuff is quite literally more along the lines of just... These are things they have done so far. I get these things. I need more cloth. Yep. And maybe I'm not explaining it well. I need more bricks. Cool. But like I said, overall, it's just, Alrighty, I'm gonna probably finish up soon too. Because Kitty's gonna wake up soon and be upset that I'm not doing what he wants. There, we've got all the baths up. Got that. I need more iron. Wait. Decorative fairy lights. Do they actually... I have unlocked all recipes. Here's a question. The decorative fairy lights, do they actually light up? I mean, it's fine. Lights with other objects. Is it because they're... What wall object does it collide with? Must be placed on wall. Collides with other object. I just tried that. See, maybe what it needs is... Here, let me just... See, it collides with other object. Then maybe... Okay, maybe... Aha! Okay. They do light up. I think. The fastest way to tell... I think it does light up. And... Dunno. So basically, the way it works... If I was to make it work, if I do this... cute. Make sure I'm actually demolishing the right thing. Yeah. So, you know, the way to do it would be to... Yeah, you hang them over your bed. Cute. Probably not gonna do anything with that for now. I think they might. And they'd be lights that don't need power. I'm not sure though, but they do look like they might give light. I'd like to see at night. Alright, but we have all our stuff we can do. Oh, I need a drink. Alright. I mean, the sun is getting ready to set, so it's fine. We'll see. And then for now, though, I just want to look through all our new fanciness. So couches call for cloth and wood. We have table variations that call for wood, commode, and nightstands. Those are fine. Outdoor fire pit / fireplace. I'll note to be putting some of those in. We have pictures of various kinds, the small and the not so small. Bathtub calls for iron and sticks. Insect hotel. Not sure I would want that, but you know, whatever. You have a bathtub, you could have a bucket. A wash tub. The outhouse for outside. You see, that's where it becomes, uh-huh. Huh. And you can have a sink. Oh. Anyway, yep. I hope you have a good evening. Bye-bye. I'm obviously not gonna be done yet till I might play. We'll see what I'll do. Okay. I hope you have a good week then. Oh. Is there anything that was in the... I think it was down here. See you. Alrighty. I'm trying to look at things. I want to look at... Yeah, okay, so it comes with shelf standing / corner. Okay. I just wanted to see. Rid of curtains, but they're all green. I wish they would fix the... where it's like, oh... Because there's definitely annoying things with that. I'm gonna obviously want more power stuff and power. Which means I'm gonna probably want wood. Um... And like I said, I want to see how quickly it lights up. You know, it'd be funny to just like combine these. And get something I'd like to have, which is an achievement. Could do it for like half a second. I think this is enough. I don't really need to combine them, but yep. There you go. 3,800. Even if I was to want more than that, I mean... Alright, it's not enough. It doesn't really light up. It just looks like it should light up. It is enough to, like, let you see, though. It's a shame that it's, like, one of the last things you would get, because it feels like it should probably be earlier. Looking at it, because it's not... I don't know. Alright, let's grab bricks. And bricks. And bricks. Because we're gonna want bricks and stone. Grab the copper. Gonna grab some iron. Gonna grab, like, a little bit of that. So we can make a couple of cables. I'll have 10 cables. Start with, at least. I'll probably need more. Do I have a pizza on me? Yes. Cool. Alright. Other than that, I don't have the circuit boards on me at the moment, so it's not like it matters anyway. I'm just gonna wait till these are done, because they're like 2 away. And 1 away. And then what I might do is I might just chuck the copper in for now. Because I'm pretty sure I remember... that circuit boards require copper, cobalt, and algae. I have the algae, I just need the cobalt. I have cobalt too, I just need copper. Enough for 4. And as you can see, it calls for 16 or 15. I'd love to take another one of these with me. How much does it cost again? It's not expensive. I can take one with me. And have all the materials and things over there. Let me actually first check on the animals. I mean, if I get these, a total of 9. I'm thinking maybe of just completing everything, and then the animals can actually be used for the purpose of, you know, making things. Yeah. And potentially moving around and stuff too. It's a lot easier to just kind of do that. Let's really need 1 of each. I grabbed 10 instead. Alright. To Actually, you know what? I could just take the... Let's first chuck these in, because that's 1,000 points. That's 180 points like that. And then... Here, let me eat my pizza. And let me eat my seasonal fruit tray. Yes. I don't think we can put the food down, unfortunately. But, you know. So if we chuck that in, that's 56 now. Perfect. Alright, let me grab leaves and stuff too. Let's grab my plants. I might as well just have all cloth. So, furniture-wise, yeah, we'll be able to make a couple of things. I'll take stuff with me. I'll probably start next session over there. I don't know when I'll do it. We'll do it sooner or later, but they're still fine. They have still got food. Even the sheep will still have food for a bit. Alright, so first things first, let's go get our new statue. If we use that, I could kind of catch a boost. Alright. 2. Exactly 5,000 points going in, and we've completed that. I don't think I have too much more. We have a teeny tiny trophy. I could play some merchant platform. I think I need to go this way. I need to figure out where I need to go. No, it is the other way. Yeah. Boom. Did my stream just die? I do need to finish anyway, so I'm gonna finish, but I'm just gonna like finish over there, but Anybody here that could confirm? I just won't do anything, and I'll just finish up and, yeah. Just still gonna keep it as one part. It's just be very abrupt ending, I guess. Like, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go over here a second, and I'm just gonna check that. I guess. Kind of annoying if it pulled that on me. Because the last 5 minutes, and I'm just left with I was just getting things over here. Yeah. I mean, at least if it did pull that, I basically wasn't doing anything. I quite literally was just moving some stuff over real quick before hopefully finishing and completing the one thing. That's the only thing I'm concerned about is that it's like, yeah, that's that. Um, yeah, okay. So it looks like it did. It died on me for half a second as I'm preparing to finish. Okay. Nice to know. Teeny tiny trophy will just stay in inventory and I'll just talk about next time, I guess. I don't even know. I I I honestly am not sure just what happened because there's nothing that should have flipped it for like Twitch or OBS. It's not like I'm like don't have power. Hopefully it isn't too much. That's the only thing I can say. Is that hopefully it isn't like you didn't miss too much because I don't think so because I looked like I had just looked over because you know saying bye night and all that, so it's just like why? Um, I'm just gonna hang here a second. It'll hit say saving and then I'll finish. That's really and truly I think all there is to it at this point because I wanted to save. Um, that was weird. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna see. I have gotten a couple games. I picked it up off the sale or the Steam sale. There's a few that I have been looking at. I will probably do one of them or Hightail. I'm not sure which. I haven't decided as of yet. But yeah, I suppose this is just kind of I don't know. But yeah, that was just very weird. I mean, you could see even if I pause, it doesn't actually pause. That's why I just like, yeah. I'm gonna assume it's fine though to return to the menu. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna return the menu. But yeah, I'm gonna finish. I am going to. Yeah, as I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll see. I'm gonna exit. I don't wanna. But yeah, hopefully be something good. Hopefully we'll have fun. We'll see something. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day slash night slash whatever it is for you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for sticking around. You know, I bet you it's something like no, that doesn't make sense either. Actually, now I think about it. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day slash night slash whatever it is for you. Thank you for popping in. Thanks for sticking around, and yeah, bye bye.